Dan, Naja, 6 of the 7 victims have been identified. They've released 2 of those names. They're still working to notify family members of the other 4 victims, and again working to identify that 7th victim at this hour. Now, crews have been out here on scene since 11:30 last night, so it's been a very long day. Deputies say that they've worked on adrenaline and what they know. Their training is what got them to about 4 o'clock this morning, and then they've had to call in other agencies to assist them in processing this scene. But we want to note that, responding to a scene of this magnitude is something many officers will never encounter in their entire careers, and really it's very jolting to these officers here on scene now, not just because of the sheer volume of victims, because this isn't the first time they've responded to something similar to this in recent weeks. So I want to go ahead and bring in Way 31's Sydney Martin this afternoon. Sydney, you took the lead on that story just 2 weeks ago when deputies were responding to that triple murder that happened. These officers back out here now 2 weeks later working another horrific crime scene. What's the toll taken on these deputies, on these investigators from your standpoint and what they've been telling you?
Well, Marie, about 2 weeks ago, they were about 40 minutes down the road in Danville when they were investigating that crime. I can tell you that it's a lot of familiar faces out here, some of the same people, and it's definitely something that we've heard today that was not easy for them. They say when they have a case like this, they have a debriefing after where they all talk about what has happened. They were actually, Decatur Police was the lead agency on that. The Morgan County Sheriff's Office helped them with that, but still they were out there on the scene. They were out there for days after as they searched for the suspects that they were looking for, and obviously not something easy to see that 2 weeks ago, and then to see something with 7 people tonight being last night, being killed. Marie.
You think about this, not only is it weighing heavy on these officers and these investigators, both of these cases, both of these crime scenes, deputies have stressed that it's isolated incidents, that the community, they don't feel needs to be worried about their safety. But still, talking to neighbors out here today, talking to neighbors 2 weeks ago, they are still very concerned. They have valid concerns for their safety. What are they telling you?
I can tell you from neighbors we talked to today, they said they were concerned. 2 weeks ago when we were in Danville, there was also some concern because there was an active manhunt. There was a driver's license picture of the suspect they were looking for, and it was out there for many hours before they brought that suspect into custody. Now here, neighbors in this area, it's a little bit different for them. They don't have a face of a suspect. The sheriff's office is telling us that they don't believe the person or persons responsible is in the area, but still a lot of uneasiness just because knowing that somebody took so many lives obviously causes some uneasiness or concern, since they were in this area at some point, and right now it's not clear to us where they are, even though investigators say they have reason to believe they're not out here. Marie.
All right, thank you so much for that insight. Way 31's Sydney Martin there reporting for us. She was the second reporter on scene. Of course, Way 31's Rodnea Ross was out here during the early morning hours for us. We had Brecken Terry, Alexis Scott, Will Robinson Smith. It's just been a whole team effort working to gather these details for you. Again, the message from Morgan County deputies, though, this afternoon to those responsible: don't go far, because we're right behind you. Dan, Naja.
In the